Right. Okay. So let's continue the session, guys. So in the last class, we discussed about the log file architecture, how log file will work, what is the use of the log file, and the internal mechanism, okay, of the particular log file. And we also discussed about the VLFs, active VLFs, committed, uncommitted transactions, and also discussed about the database creation, right? So while creating a database, what and all inputs we have to give, what is the meaning of each option, like database name, file names, file group names, okay, and initial size, auto growth, database owner. So all these things we discussed in the previous session, right? So now in today's session, in this session, what we are going to do, guys, we'll discuss about the object creation, right? Why we are creating the databases, guys? Because we need to create some tables, correct? So we'll start with the table creation and all. Okay, how to create the tables, how to filter the records in the table, how to see the records in the table, how to filter the records in the table. Very basic things, very basic things. This we actually don't do in the organization generally, but you should know sometimes you have to pull the data from the system tables and all. You should know how to use where class. You should know how to read the data. You should know how to filter the records, columns. So all these things we'll discuss now. And then in the next, I mean to say, in the next, after the break, we'll also discuss the patching. Okay, we'll start discussing about the patching and it will continue, guys. Right. So now, okay, so we'll slowly discuss how to create the table and all. As I said earlier, we can create the objects in two ways.
Sharma, can I request you something? I can I request you something? Yeah.
Tell me.
I'm just not very clear about VLFs. VLFs like if you in the during the session, if you can just touch that one as well, so I'll be grateful. Thank you so very much.
We'll see later. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So in this session, as I said, first we'll go for table creation and all, how to see the tables, how to see the records inside the tables, and how to filter the records and all. We'll see. Then we'll go for the patching. Okay. Fine. So now what we can do, we'll create the table. So as I said earlier, the physical hierarchy and the logical hierarchy means how the tables will be organized physically and how the tables will be organized logically. So these two things you should know. So how the tables will be organized physically, guys, tell me where the tables will be created physically. The physical
Data
hierarchy,
file.
can you tell me? Yeah, data file, inside data file, where it
I
will
mean,
where it will be created
inside that
exactly. Where
page, exactly in the page, sir.
correct. Okay, so
Extent page.
right. So the physical hierarchy of the object generally, the physical hierarchy of the table is the databases, data files, and then if you go inside, I mean to say the databases, file groups, and then if you go inside the file groups, data files. If you go inside the data files, you can see extents, and then you can see pages. On top of the page, the object will be created. Okay, on top of the page, the object will be created. So this is the physical hierarchy. Then how the table will be stored logically? How the table will be stored logically? So how it will be stored logically? In the databases, we will have schemas. Okay, in the databases, we will have schemas. Schema is a logical container. Schema is a logical container. So in the databases, we will have schemas. In schema, we will have tables, guys. The physical hierarchy, logical hierarchy. Physical means how the objects will be organized physically. Logical means how the objects will be organized logically. How the objects will be organized logically. So what we can do, as we have already discussed about the physical hierarchy, the phases and all everything. Come on, why this guy is not able to hear? 1 minute, guys, just 1 minute.
And
You
so,
can,
Shanmukh, your voice is also a bit of shaky at the moment. Like it comes in. Normally, it's more clearer
okay.
most
Is
of the
it clear
time.
now? Is
Yeah.
it clear now?
Sometimes it is going fast, sir. Yes.
Oh, maybe some network issue.
Yeah, yeah, yes. There is a bit of a problem, sir. I don't know whether
Maybe,
but there is a Shamukh. So
maybe
I
some,
thought it's better to mention it.
yeah, yeah, maybe some network issues are there. Now, is it clear?
Mm,
Is my audio clear now?
yeah, it's better, a little bit better now.
Okay, okay, fine.
I don't see any issues, Shanmugh. I can see.
Okay, yeah, thank you
But
very much.
you,
Mm,
yeah, your voice is very clear now. Yeah, yeah.
mm.
I'm talking about the student. Yeah.
Okay, okay, fine. Right, okay. So now what we are going to discuss, as I said, as we have already discussed the physical hierarchy, the file groups, files, extents, pages and all. Now we are going to discuss about that logical hierarchy. Nothing is there to discuss about the logical hierarchy. Very simple. The tables will be logically it will be stored in the schemas, and like inside the database we'll have schemas. Inside the schemas we'll have tables. So schema is a logical container, guys. What is that? Schema is a logical container. But generally, no need to create schemas. Now I want to create a table. So if I want to create a table, I should have a schema. Logically, I should have a schema. But no need to create the schema from our side. SQL Server will itself will give a default schema that is called DBO schema. Okay, so whenever you are creating any object, so if you don't specify any specific schema name, so the object will be stored under DBO schema. So that's why where we can see Shanmukh, I'll show you where to see and all. Okay, so let's create an object now. We'll discuss how to create an object means how to create a table using GUI option and how to create the table using query also we'll discuss. Little T-SQL basics, guys. I'm just teaching very little T-SQL basics. Hope experienced people are there. This is very chumma for you, like very simple for you. Just the others who don't know like from very scratch and all. So they should know how to create the table, how to see the results, how to see the records, and how to like filter the columns and all. So for them that I'm teaching these things. Okay. So as I said, if I want to create a table, what I should have, guys, I should have a database. So in the last class we created a database. Now let's create a table inside this Azure database. Inside this Azure database, we'll create one table. So if I want to run any query on this database, what I have to do? Now my aim is I want to create a table inside this database. Inside Azure, we have multiple databases. But inside Azure only, I want to create a table. Correct? So now how I can create a table inside Azure database? If you want to execute something on that particular database, what you can do, you can open a new query window from the particular database, guys. Select the database and new query window. If you are trying to create a table in Amazon, right click on Amazon, open new query window. So in which database you want to create an object, okay, then you have to open a query window from that particular database. Otherwise, there is another way also. For example, if you open a query window, still, if you want to change, your mind is changed. Now you don't want to create in the Azure, you want to create in the Amazon. Then you can just click on this drop down button. You can change the context to Amazon, database context to Amazon. So now whatever queries you are writing here, whether it is select query or insert query or update query, everything will be executed in the Amazon database. If you want to create the objects in Misho database, you will select the database name again and you will select the Misho database. So on which database you want to execute the queries, in which database you want to create the objects, then you have to open a query window from that particular database, guys. Remember this point? Whatever queries that you are executing, those queries will be executed in the Misho database. If you create a table in the Misho database, can you see it in the Azure database, guys? Tell me. You created one table in the Misho database. Is it possible to see the same table in the Azure database? No. Logically, they are bounded to a specific database, that is Misho. If you are creating a table in the Misho, you can see the table in the Misho database only. You cannot see the table in the other databases. For example, sometimes we'll keep the keys, the bike keys and all. So sometimes we'll keep it for the key holder. Sometimes we'll simply put it in living or in hall or in kitchen or in bedroom, wherever we will keep it. So wherever you just kept the keys, there only you have to search for the keys, right? If it is in bedroom, you have to go and search the keys in bedroom only or living only, wherever. It depends on the location of that particular object, you are going to search it. In the same way, if I want to create an object in the particular database, I have to open a query window from that particular database only. And once you created the object in that database, that you can see in the same database, but the same table you cannot see from the other databases. Is it clear, guys? Now I want to create the table in Azure database. So how to change the context to Azure, guys? How to change the context to Azure now? I want to change the context. Now it is under which database? Now from which database you can see the query window, guys? Tell me.
Sure.
From Misho. Means whatever objects you are going to create now, those objects will be created in the Misho only. Now I want to change the context to Azure. How can I change it? Simply select this and you can change it to Azure. This is GUI way of changing the database context. There is a query also for that. What is the query? Very simple query. Use database name. I want to change it back to Amazon. Okay, use Amazon. So when you run this query, see here, now it is showing Azure, right? When you execute this query, the context will be changed from Azure to Amazon. So now whatever you're writing, that belongs to Amazon database query window. Okay, each database you can open a separate query window. You can write the queries. So those queries will be executed on that particular database. Is it clear, guys? Are we good on this? In which database you want to do something. So from that particular database only you have to open a query window, or simply sometimes developers will write script like this, use database. Use database, their script will starts with this line. Maybe they might have 100 lines, 200 lines, 1000 lines also, but their script will start using this line. What it means? Means developer is not going to come to you and he will not tell, hey, change the database context to Amazon. Simply he will mention this line on top of the script. So whenever he is executing that script, automatically as per this line, the database context will be changed to the respective database. Now I want to execute this query. Before executing, always what we have to do? Before executing, always what we have to do? We have to parse it. Okay, so this is the parse button. Just check whether this is right or wrong. Semicolon is not mandatory. Maybe some people from MySQL background or Oracle background, for every query at the end of the query you can see a semicolon, but here in SQL Server, semicolon is not mandatory. There is no separate meaning of semicolon, so you can directly go ahead and you can execute the queries. I just parsed. See here, the database is not yet changed. I just checked whether this syntax is correct or not. Now let's execute this query. How many ways we can execute, guys? Tell me. How many ways we can execute? You can see the answer on the screen. How many ways we can execute any query?
Press F5.
F5, very good. Next, you can click on execute button. You can press F5. You can also use Alt plus X. What is that, guys? Alt X. So you can click on execute button. So now it is going to be executed. See, once it's executed, the database context is changed from Azure to Amazon. Now again, if you want to change it back to Azure, you'll simply write this. This time I'm using Alt X. I don't want to click on this execute button. This time I'm using keyboard shortcut Alt plus X. Okay. Now see, it was changed to Azure. So if you want to write queries on a specific database, either you can right click open a new query window, that also you can do, or else there is a query for that. You can simply run the query, use database name. So automatically a query window will be opened from that particular database, guys. Now I want to create one table here. Let's create a table. What you want to create? Create. What you want to do, guys? You want to create it. Create. What you want to create? I want to create a table. Okay, which table? Azure, right? Maybe something like orders. Okay, create table, table name. Okay, so every table, for example, if you are creating a student table, what and all things you will include, guys, in the table? If I asked you to create a student table, you will include some columns, correct? If I ask you to create a student table, you are going to include some columns: student ID, student name, father name, mother name, okay, location, maybe something, whatever it is you are trying to track it. So you are going to include all the columns in that particular table. So in the same way, now table means what? Collection of rows and
Objects.
columns. Table means collection of rows and columns, guys. Table means not 2 1 ja 2, 2 2 ja 4 table. Table means it's a object to store the
Attributes.
data. Correct. It's an object which will help you to store the data. Table means collection of related data entries. Table means collection of related data entries. So in SQL Server, everything will be stored inside the table only, including system related information also will be stored inside the table. In SQL Server, every information will be stored in the form of tables. Table means collection of rows and columns. Table means collection of related data entries. Collection of related data entries. So as I said, table is a collection of rows and columns. So you have to give the column name, right? So how to give the column name? Open the braces. Okay. Now order ID. Okay, this is one column name, order ID. So everything you want to track it using this order ID. What is the product, to which location it has to be delivered, to which customer it has to be delivered, where it is exactly in transit, okay, in which warehouse it is. I want to track it. What is the status? What is the ETA, estimated time of arrival? So I want to track the status. Okay, so for that, there is a very important column called order ID. Using the order ID, you can track, okay, all the things. So now if you go to any shop, if you want to buy some bananas, what you will tell, guys? What you will tell? If you want to buy some apples, what you will tell? If you want to buy oil, what you will tell? Tell me, guys.
Quantity.
Quantity. Very good. Okay. The units. Bananas, dozen bananas or kg bananas. Oil, maybe kg oil or 500 ml, whatever it is. Okay. Like for every quantity, for every object, there is a measurements. There is a unit. So like if you want to measure the distance, you can measure it in centimeters, meters, kilometers. So for every column, you have to mention the units, what type of data it is going to accept. Order ID is there, correct? But in the order ID, what kind of data it is going to accept? That is called type of data. What is that, guys? What type of data it will accept? Order ID means sometimes it will be only numbers. Sometimes it will be alphanumeric numbers. For example, your student ID, your hall ticket number. In the hall ticket number, you can see alphanumeric. Correct? Your student ID, sometimes you can see numbers. And your transaction ID, you can see alphanumeric number, which will have numbers and characters. Correct? So every column will have some units, the type of data, that is called data type. So order ID generally it can be number, right? So we can include integer. Integer is a data type which will accept numbers. Means this column will accept only numbers. As I said, if you want to buy the apples, you will ask 1 kg apple or 2 kg apple. In the same way, if I want to like give the inputs to this column, I have to define the data type. What type of data it will accept in the order ID column. For example, your name is there. What type of data it will accept, guys? Generally tell me what type of data it will accept. Your name,
Character.
characters. Your name will accept characters. There you cannot give numbers, right? It has to accept the characters only, correct? So for every column you have to define the data type, column name and data type you have to define for every column. So now for order ID, I have defined the data type as integer. Integer means it will take the numbers as a units, guys. Okay, you can give the order ID in the form of numbers only. Next, now the second column is, okay, product name. Product name. So it is a kind of, product name is generally characters, right? So what type of data it has to accept, guys? What type of data it has to accept? Character type of data it has to accept. So you can give char. This is one data type. You can give varchar also. Okay, varchar 50 means or 100 means it will accept 100 characters. Means Shanmukh, Shanmukh. Shanmukh. Okay, 8 characters. Okay, Jonas, Jonas, 5 characters. Gopi, 4 characters. Kishore, 6 characters. Lakshmi, 7 characters, right? So every name will have some characters, right? So up to 100 characters I'll give, so it will take up to 100. So product name, the data type is varchar. So Shanmukh, how many data types we have? We have n number of data types. Integer, character, varchar, varchar max, var binary, int, float, double, money, date, time. So lot of depends upon your requirement. You have to define the data type. So you can give the data type. I'll show you, okay? Different data types and all in the GUI you can see the data types. Right, product name, and I'm going to add cost. Cost of the product, correct? And cost means what data type it will accept, guys? Cost. What data type it has to accept? Tell me. Cost.
Currency, sir.
Currency. Currency means what? We have a separate data type called money. We have a separate data type called money. You can give money. Money means it will accept decimals also. 29.50, 15.20. So you can give money. So now I am going to create the table, and I can also give the location. Okay, location. Okay, location again character type of data, right? Location. I can give you like varchar of 100. Guys, again I'm saying in the organization, no one will comes to you and they will not ask you to create any table. So Shanmukh, you are giving cost, you are giving location, you are giving product name. How would I know? What will be the column names and all? How can I decide? You are not going to decide anything. First of all, no one will ask you to create the tables. It is just only for the understanding purpose. If still they are asking you to create a table, they will give you the script. They will ask you to execute the script. If they don't have enough permissions to create the tables, then they might take your help to execute the script. They will not ask you to create any tables. So nothing to worry what columns you have to give, what data types you have to give, okay, how much units you have to give. So nothing to worry. This will be designed by the architects and all. They will plan what will be the table name, what will be the column names, how many columns you have to give, what are the data types of each column, everything they are going to plan. So they will try to create the objects. Generally developers will try to create the objects. If they don't have enough permissions as per their security or organization strategy or policy, they might ask us to execute the script. So in that script already they will create a script, they will write the script, they will simply ask us to execute the script. You have to simply open the script, you can click on execute button, nothing have to do here. But only for your knowledge purpose, you have to understand what is table, how to create the tables, what is the data type, okay, how to give the data type, on what basis we'll give the data type. For that purpose we are discussing all these things. Nowhere, okay, no one will ask you to create the tables in the organization, guys. So don't worry what kind of column names, what kind of data types, nothing to worry, okay? Just try to understand. Now this is my create statement. Okay, using this create statement I can create the table. So what I have to do before creating the table, guys? Tell me. Tell me, guys,
Parse.
what I have to do before creating the table? Tell me, guys. Before creating any object, what I have to do?
In which database you are creating?
Okay,
Parsing.
okay.
Values.
So first of all, whatever query you are running, okay, first of all, whatever query you are running, first of all, you have to check whether that is right or wrong. Okay. So again, as I said, don't select like this. It's not like, it's not good, it's not professional. So what you can do is just keep your cursor here, just click once. Automatically the whole row will be selected. So no need to select, okay, like this and this. So simply keep your cursor here and you can just click once. Just a single click is enough. Or else you can also use shift plus end button, shift plus down arrow button. So which will help you to select the particular line. Now, as I said earlier, I have to parse this. Okay, let's parse this. So it will tell you whether my query is right or wrong. So my query is right. So now what I have to do, guys? I have to execute the script so that it will create the object, correct? Let's execute the script, guys. I'm executing the script. Okay, execute. Clear? So now the script is executed. Now I want to see the table that is created, guys. How can I see the table? Tell me. I want to see, now I just created the table. Just now I created the table. So now I want to see the table that I have created. How can I see? What is the query to see the table, guys? Tell me.
Select star from
Very good.
table name.
Very good. Okay, so I just created the table, right, guys? So do you think I'll get the output? It's just an empty table. Do you think guys will get the output for this? To
It's a
create the
blank output.
okay, you are saying blank table. Okay, let's see. So to create the objects, we will use create statement. Now I want to see the data inside the table. I want to see the data. I want to read the data inside the table. For that, we have a statement called select statement. What is that, guys? Select statement. Using select statement, you can read the data. You can see the data. Using select statement, you can see the data or you can read the data using select statement. So I want to see the data, select. What data you want to see? I want to see all the data in the table, all the columns,
Order.
whatever columns are there, order ID, product name, cost, location. I want to see all the columns. Okay. So for that, what you have to give, you can simply give star, guys. Star means it represents all the columns instead of single column or multiple columns. If you want to see the whole table including all the columns, you have to mention star. Now what? If I want to call you generally, what is the main thing that I can use? If I want to call you, what I should know first? Tell me, guys, if I want to call
Table
you,
name, orders.
I'm just asking this question.
Say select star from.
If I want to call you, what I should know first?
Name.
Name. I,
Name.
I should know your name first, correct? Then only I can call you with your name. So now also if I want to read the table, so from which table I want to read, I should know the name of the table, right? Select star from which table? From orders table. From orders table. So can I execute this query, guys? What output I'll get it if I execute this query? Tell me.
The structure of the table you'll get.
Structure of the table. Next.
All,
The headers only.
Headers only. Next.
all the attributes, sir. Attributes.
All the attributes. Next. Next. That's it. We don't get any other things, guys. Okay.
There is no data, sir. There's no
There is
data.
no data. Okay, so we cannot see. So we cannot see anything, or we can just see attributes.
We can just see the heading,
We
order
can
ID,
just see the
product
headings.
name.
Means column names we can see. Correct.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So now before executing anything, what I have to do? What I have to do? Before
Parse it, sir.
executing-
Parse it.
Parse.
Okay. Very good. I just parsed. So the query is correct only. There is no wrong in that. So if I click execute, what output I'll get, guys? Some people said I can see the header, I can see the column names, I can see the attributes, correct? So whatever you said is correct. Okay. So now you can see, guys. Now you can see what you can see now. You can see the table name. Correct? You can see the table name, guys. Now let me execute the same again. Okay. The same output you have to get, right? Now I'm executing the same again. Now what you can see, guys, you can see column names now. If I execute the statement again, what you can see?
Same result.
Same, right? Okay, let's execute the same. What is this?
Actually, the table, the instance name, that Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, Amazon only, right?
It's on the Geo, AGO
So
or Amazon.
yeah, you changed the database is changed, sir. So it's gone to Amazon and it didn't find it. The
No,
table
how
didn't
come? I didn't change anything. In front of you only it was there, right?
Yeah.
I didn't change anything.
Order table is created under AGO or Amazon.
You have to tell me, boss. You are asking me.
Yeah, it is. You say you write it under AGO, so it is under the AGO, and there is
Okay.
a instance Amazon is selected.
Okay.
If you can select the AGO, then it will be run properly, I guess.
Okay. So what is the meaning, guys? Invalid object name orders. In two scenarios, you will get this error. What are those two scenarios? Can you tell me? You can guess
It
it easily.
it doesn't exist in
Very
that.
good.
Hmm.
Very good. If that object is doesn't exist, you will get this invalid object name.
If we are
Or
executing the query in another database context.
very good. Very good. So that means the object doesn't exist in the database, correct? The other way is the object doesn't exist in the database. What is the other way? Mean like what is the other case that we will get the same error? If you give the wrong table name. Okay, if you give the wrong table name instead of order, okay, I'm just executing like this only. Okay, I'm just missing yes. Then also you'll get incorrect syntax errors. Order, okay. Why it is like generally then also you'll get the normal thing only like invalid object name because there is no such kind of table. So now the point is correct, whatever Himanshu said, that is correct. I just paused the screen. I just changed the database context from Azure to Amazon. Okay, so now if you see here, now you can see the table, guys. So two things that you have to remember when you're executing a query. Again, I'm repeating, you have to remember two things whenever you're executing the query. Make a habit of it regularly. Very, 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 very important. And people lost their jobs because of the this kind of issue, and they will ignore. Even sometimes experienced people also by mistake they will do this. What is that, guys? Whenever you're executing anything, always keep an eye on which database you're executing the things. Just now, as an example, we discussed if you kept your keys in bedroom, if you are searching in living, can you get it, guys? Or if your keys are there in living and you are searching in hall or dining area, can you get the keys? Is it possible? Not possible, right? Wherever your keys are there, you have to go and search there itself. So I created my table in the Amazon database and you are searching, or I created my table in the Azure database and you are searching in the Amazon database. How come you can see the data? You cannot see the data. Clear, guys? We created this table in the Azure database and we are searching in the Amazon database. That's why you got that error, invalid object name. If you execute the same thing now, you can see the table, columns and all. And if you just change the context to Amazon or Flipkart or whatever, you will get the invalid object name orders, guys. So each object is like it will be created in a specific database, and in that database only you can see that object. And if the context is changed to some other database and all, and if you are trying to execute the same query, if you are trying to pull the data, if you want to see the object, that is not possible because you have to select the database first. In which database your object is created, you have to select the database. You have to open the database and then you have to retrieve the data and all. So people sometimes by mistake, this is select query, no issues. If the object is there, it will pull. If the object is not there, it will not pull. It will simply throw you the error. Imagine one delete statement is there. Imagine why people will lose the jobs if you don't consider this. Why people will lose the jobs? What is the reason? How come they lost their jobs? Imagine they have to delete one table from one database. They have to delete the table from one database. What is the command? Delete table, table name. So you have to execute this delete statement in the Azure database, but by mistake you executed the same delete statement in the Amazon database. Are you getting the point, guys? By mistake, instead of deleting an object from Azure, you deleted the object from Amazon. Imagine production table is deleted, guys, unknowingly. Do you know the impact? The main production table you deleted in the Amazon, like whatever orders table is there, you deleted the orders table. Do you know the impact? If you deleted the orders table, what is the impact? All the orders will be cancelled. All the orders will not be processed. Very big headache. You have to always think like a customer. Yes, basically you are a DBA, but for that action, what will be the impact? You have to think like a customer. By mistake, if you delete that production table, users cannot access that particular object. Users cannot access that particular feature in the application. So the business will be down and the reputation will be damaged. So companies, if they get to know that you did this mistake, immediately they will terminate. Very small mistake, very, very small mistake. Instead of one database, you executed the query in another database. That's it, bus. HR will get back to you. So always remember, whenever you're executing, select, insert, update, delete, whatever query you're executing, keep an eye on the database name first. Check whether you're executing on the correct database or not. If it is a select statement, nothing will happen. It will simply throw you the error, the object doesn't exist. Imagine the same object is existed in both the databases. And instead of deleting from one database, you deleted from another database. You can get to know the impact. So these kind of challenges you might face in case, okay, unknowingly, if you delete the object from another database, guys. So always, 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 whenever you're executing any query, what you have to check first, guys? What you have to check?
Database name.
Which database? On which database you're executing this query? On which database you're executing this query? On which database you're executing this query? Very, 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 very important. I know my colleagues lost their jobs. 8 years, 9 years people, experienced people lost their jobs doing these mistakes. Not unknowingly, just a mistake. Just a mistake. Accidentally, okay, it was deleted like this and they lost their jobs. Just one small reason. It might be a small reason, but imagine you are shopping right in the Amazon. Imagine someone deleted the Amazon production table. Can you shop, guys? How much loss it will be for Amazon? Correct? So this is what kind of, for example, you just updated one iPhone record, okay? Like iPhone record, you just updated from 1,50,000 to just 15,000. Just one zero is missed. 1,50,000 to just you missed one zero, and it is showing in the Amazon page. It is showing 15,000 rupees, right? Less than $200. Imagine if it is the scenario. So everything, insert, update, delete, select, whatever query you're running, always keep an eye on the database. In which database, whether you're running it on correct database or not, you have to always keep an eye, guys. Okay. Now, if you run this statement, select the Azure database. I created my table in the Azure database, but I am searching in the Amazon database. That's why I'm getting this error, invalid object name. So now let's run this statement. You can see all the columns, guys. Whatever column names, order ID, product name, cost, and last column is location. Okay, you can see all the 4 columns. Now I want to insert some records inside this table, guys. Now I want to insert some records inside this table. Let's insert some records. How can I insert? Using insert statement. How to create? Using create statement. How to select? Using select statement. How to insert? Using insert statement. Insert. What you want to insert? Into. Where you want to insert? Table name. What you want to insert inside this table? Values. I want to insert into table name values. What values you want to insert? 1 comma product name. Imagine my product name is iPhone 16. Whenever you are mentioning string data, character type of data, always you have to keep it in a single quotes. Remember, your name, character type of data, anything comes under single quotes only. Okay, anything comes under single quotes only. And if you are giving spaces also, always keep it in the single quotes, guys. This is product name, comma. What is the cost? Cost is not character, right? Number only. So you can simply mention something like 85,000. Okay, comma. Location. Location means character again. Open the single quotes. Hyderabad. Okay, close the single quotes. Now you just open this braces, right? You have to close this braces, right? Just close this. Okay, here there is an error, guys. Can you tell me the error mistake? There is a mistake here. Can you tell me? You can simply guess it.
Insert spelling.
Very good.
Insert
See,
spelling.
whenever there is an error in the query or statement, either the same word or the next word will show you the error line here, underline kind of thing, red line. If you see a red line like this, means there is an error It can be in the same word, it can be the previous word, it can be the next word. Here also you can see under like underscore. If you if you see this one, you can see a red line here. So you can see here there is an error. So select this statement and just click on parse button. Okay, incorrect syntax near into. Near it will not tell you, hey bro, you don't know insert spelling or what? Insert spelling is wrong. It will not tell you like that. It will simply tell you incorrect syntax near the keyword into. See, keyword near the keyword into there is a incorrect syntax. So you have to correct it. Insert. So once the query is correct, then the red line will be gone and you can see here. Now select this. Now first what I have to do? What I have to do first? Whenever you're running a statement, you have to do two things. What is the first thing? Parse, very good. Next, what is the second thing that you have to do? What is the second thing that you have to keep in mind while executing any query?
Check the database name.
Very good. Okay, always check the database name. Now Azure only. My table is created in the Azure database only. Now I'm executing the same query in the Azure only. So you can click execute. Now one row is affected. One row is affected means one row inserted, guys. Like that, if you want to insert multiple rows, just hit enter and copy this Control C. Okay, Control V and Control V, Control V, Control V. Okay. Next, the second statement. Simply I'm changing the values. Second one and this one something like instead of iPhone, let's go with Samsung. Okay, something like 18,500. Okay, Bangalore location. Now the third record. Okay, so now what I'll do? Nothing. Nothing means nothing phone, not nothing. Okay, imagine it will be like 40,000 or whatever it is. 14,000, no problem. Okay, Chennai. Okay, now the fourth record. Okay, here I'll give 1 plus. Okay, that is around, imagine say 80,000. Okay, for Mumbai location. And fifth record. Okay, maybe any phone like
Realme.
Realme. Okay, Realme phone. Okay, something like 20,000. And for Delhi location. Okay, now you can insert all these statements at a time. Can I insert the first line also again? Already it was inserted. Again, can I
No.
insert, guys? Tell me, guys. Guess it, yes or no? Can I insert? I have already inserted the first line. First record, one iPhone 16
can execute.
in Hyderabad. Can I execute the same query again? Is it going to execute or it will throw any errors? Yes or no? Guess it, guys. Just guess.
You can insert it, sir. You can insert it.
What about others?
Yes, we can execute. Yeah, we can insert.
Someone is saying no. Okay, very good. I can insert actually. Okay, so I'm just parsing it once and I'm executing this. So, okay, it will allow you to insert because we just created the table. We didn't mention any type of conditions called constraints. If primary key is there on this column, primary key will not allow duplicates. So in such scenario, I'll get the error. But I just created the table. I didn't add any type of constraint here. No primary key, no unique key, nothing. So you can insert, you can run the same statement n number of times. N number of times you can run. Now I'm using alt x, alt x, alt x. I'm using alt x now. Okay, every time it is executing. Now I want to see the data in this table. Right? What I want to see, guys? I want to see the data in this table. How can I see the data in this table? By just running this statement, select star from orders. Okay. What I have to do, guys? What I have to do? I can
Alt
execute
X,
this. All text. Okay. Before executing the query, what I have to do? Parse it and
Pass
then.
that and database name.
So can I execute this query? Can I execute this query now?
No,
No, sir.
Why?
The
database
database
name
name changed.
changed.
Very good. Okay. SGO. Okay. Now select star from orders. Okay. Now you see how many records are there total? How many records are there? Total 9 records are there. 9 records are there. So now you can see all the records like this, guys. You can see all the records like this. So if you want to see all the records, means all the columns, you have to use star, right, guys. No, Shanmukh, I don't want to see all the columns. Is it possible to see a specific column? See, if you keep your cursor here, you can see how many columns you can see. See how intelligent it is? Just keep your cursor here. You don't know what and all columns are there inside this table. If you just keep your cursor before the star, it is showing order ID, product name, cost, location. Means without opening the table itself, you can see how many columns are there in this table. Order ID, product name, these are all the columns only. These are all the columns. Order ID, integer null, product ID, varchar null, cost money null, location varchar null. So you can see like this. Now to see all the columns, you have to use star, guys. Now guess it, I just want to see only 2 columns. Is it possible? Inside the 4 column table, I want to see 2 columns. So now tell me, is it possible, guys, to see only 2 columns?
Yes. Yes, we can see.
We can see, right? Correct? So how to see?
Select and mention the 2 column name from table name.
Select whatever columns
Whichever
you want to
column,
see, that
which
column name.
column you want.
Here
Yeah.
clause you have to use.
Correct. Right? You have to use. No, where clause not required. Where clause is not required. Where clause you need only to see the records. To see the columns, you don't need where clause. Okay? To see the columns, you don't need where clause. Right? What you have to do now, you have to simply mention the column names. What and all columns you want to see, only the column names. Select. I want to see product name and cost. Product name. In case if you don't know column names, if you are not very sure about the column names, first type the table name. Okay, what is the table name? Orders, right? Orders. So now you just type the column name so that you will get the suggestions in the down. See, product name. Like this you will get it. Okay, product name. Generally you will get it. Select product name, comma, cost you want to see. Cost. Okay, from orders, guys. Select product name, comma, cost from order. So what? How many columns you can see now?
2
How many columns you
columns.
can see? Right, I can see 2 columns
Only
because
2
I am clearly mentioning I need product name and cost. So that's what. Okay, I have to simply mention the product name and cost, and then you can see the data of a particular table. See, I can see only product name. Okay, iPhone, whatever this product name and the cost. Then what about other 2 columns, guys? Where are my other 2 columns? Are those columns deleted?
No, it's in the table. We just use the select column, whichever we want to. We've applied a filter kind of.
Very good. Very good. Correct. So can you tell me from where exactly we are getting this data, this output? Can you guess it? Very good, Jonas. Very good. Now out of 4 columns, I can see 2 columns only. What it means? With this condition, it is creating a temporary table. This is not a permanent table. We are getting this data from the temporary table, which is temp table. In the temp table, it is just processed and it just created a temp table with these 2 columns and it is showing. If you see here, again, I can show you that if you run this statement, you can see all 4 columns. But if you run this, you can see only 2 columns. That doesn't mean the other 2 columns are deleted. No, it will create a temp table. Okay, in the temporary DB, we just discussed, right, temp databases. Okay, so temp database, the system databases. What is the use of the temp DB? It will process the
Processing
data
query.
For the sorting of the data, data will be stored temporarily. Okay, so every session, whatever things that you are doing, every session will use tempdb for temporary purpose and all. Now my requirement is I want to see product name and cost. That doesn't mean it has to delete the order ID and location, right? So it will create a temporary table with only these two columns, and you can see those two columns, guys. Now open your chart box. Open your chart box. I want to see order ID and location, okay, in a table which is orders table. Write a T-SQL statement to see order ID and location, to pull the data of order ID and location from orders table, guys. Your time starts now. Write a T-SQL statement to pull order ID and location from orders table. Type the T-SQL statement in the chart quickly.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, here for selecting these two columns also, it is using tempdb, you are saying, right, sir?
Yes.
And if we apply where clause, group by for those
Everything,
processing also,
whatever
it is
temporary tables you are trying to pull, it will use tempdb only.
only if we are selecting all the columns, it will not use
It will
in
not
that
use.
case.
It will not use.
Okay, got it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Type your answers, guys, quickly.
So Shanmugh, I have a question.
Yes,
Hello.
tell me. Yeah, tell me.
Shanmugh, what is the difference between I'm reading it and insert table and insert query and update query?
Tell me, you only tell me what is the meaning
I'm
of
just
insert and
asking.
update query. You can guess, right? What is the meaning means you can guess it. What
That
an
means you
insert
are
query.
inserting any data
Very good.
in the table,
Very
and
good.
update means you have to update. Okay,
Update means
so
if I want to
you have
change
to
any of
update
the
only
values. See, for
any value,
example,
correct? Na?
correct.
That's what
If I
that's what
want
I
to change the OnePlus value from 80,000 to 75,000, you can use
75,000.
update
Okay,
statement. Or if I want to change
okay.
OnePlus to some other name, any name, any column name, order ID or the order name, product name, price, whatever
Yeah.
value you want to change inside the table, you can use update statement.
So, so if I have to update uh, uh, the ninth row, ninth row, iPhone 16 from 85,000 to 80,000.
Yes.
So I have to run the query, update.
Correct. Update statement you have to run.
Yeah, update statement, but I'm considering about the query. That's what I need to say. Yeah.
Update table name, there is a separate query will be there. Okay.
Okay.
Column name. Okay. You can give the column name also.
Just give me the syntax if
You will
can.
get n number of syntaxes if you go and Google it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, guys. So now Raidu select order ID, comma order from location. Raidu, the table name is orders. Okay. What is the table name? You have to read it from table name. From what? From table name. Maybe you are confused here. Select order ID, comma order. From location you are mentioning. Location is just column, not a table name. So the query is select order ID, comma location from table name, which is orders. Select order ID location from orders, Ashu. Kishore select order ID location from orders. Anila select order ID location from orders. Charan select order ID location from orders. Madhuri select order ID location from orders. Om select order ID location from orders. Shaheen select order ID location from orders. Very good. Sneha order ID location from orders. Jonas select order ID location from orders. Good. Okay, use Ajio select order ID location from orders. Very good, Imanshu. Okay, Gopi select order ID. Ashwini select order ID location from orders. Harsha Hariharan order ID location from orders. Very good, Vijay. And okay, Imran. Good guys. Okay, select order ID location from orders. And Singh, Singh, Madhu. Okay, good. Okay, so this is how you have to give the statement, guys. Okay, again, you have to be very careful. The order ID should be like sometimes people mentioned, okay, order space ID. What happened to my system? Okay. Order space ID, order underscore ID, you have to give the same column name. Okay, same as it is you have to give. If you give order underscore ID, it will not pull. If you give order space ID, it will not pull. As it is, whatever column name is there, you have to simply pull as it is. Select order ID, comma, what is that? Location. Okay, location from orders. Okay, from orders. So now, if you are very confident, you can execute directly without issues. So in this way, you can pull. I want to pull, okay, order ID, location, and cost also. Select order ID, location, comma, cost from table name orders. Okay. You can even, it's not mandatory to have the columns in the same order. Okay. Maybe columns can be in different order also. You can, as it is not a permanent table, it is a temporary table. So you can place any column anywhere. You can just pull the, in which order you want to see, you can simply mention the columns in the same order so that it is going to pull it. Okay. So this is how it will work, guys. Is it clear now? How to pull only columns inside the table. Is it clear, everyone? How to filter the columns?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Now let's discuss how to filter the records. Let's discuss how to filter the records. Okay. So filter the columns we just checked, right? Filter the records. How to filter the records, guys? So now I want to filter the records. To filter the records, we will use a class called where class. Using where class, we can filter the records. Okay. So select, I want to see all the columns of a particular record. Means what? Select all the columns of a particular record. Star from, what is the table name? Orders, where order ID, okay, is equal to 1. I want to see all the orders with order ID 1. Let's see how many orders are there with order ID 1. Parse it and execute it. There are 5 orders with order ID 1. There are 5 orders with order ID 1. Okay, Hyderabad. Generally, it won't be like that. Order ID won't be repeated. Okay, it won't be duplicated, but just to show you, wantedly I inserted few records to see, okay, to show you the multiple records and all. So in this way you can filter, okay, the particular records based on any, not only order ID, you can filter based on the product name, you can filter based on the cost, you can filter based on the location, whatever column is there, you can filter the records based on any of the columns, guys. Okay, is it clear, guys? Now are we good? How to filter the records using where condition? Are we good? Now if we are good, now filter the records. I want to see all the records of from which location we have, from Chennai location, guys. Okay, I want to see all the records from Chennai location. Type a T-SQL query to see all the orders from Chennai location, guys. Okay, if you want to see the location name, the column name is location only. Okay, I want to see all the orders from the Chennai location. Type the T-SQL statement to see all the orders from Chennai location. Quickly.
Shanmugh, I missed the question. What is the question?
I want to see all the records from all the orders from the Chennai location.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shanmugh, table name is orders, right?
Right. Okay. Okay, fine. So what is the SQL code to see the list of user created tables in that particular? Clear, right? What is that? Sing. Basically hold data for session 1, session restarted. Correct, Sing. Sing, that is correct. That is not current topic, Vijay. Okay, so select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. Good, Gopi. And V Abburi. Select star from user name dot orders. What is this? User name dot orders where location is equal to Chennai. What is that, Abburi? Charan, select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. Select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. Select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. Kishore, Jonas, select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. Sneha, select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. Use Ajio, Himanshu, Om, select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. And Ashu Kaushik, select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. Shaheen, select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. And Imran, select star from orders where orders dot location is equal to Chennai. Oh, orders dot location. Select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. And Anila, select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. Vijay, select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. Madhu, select star from orders where location is equal to Chennai. Hariharan, where location is equal to Chennai. Okay, good guys. Fine. Okay, so correct, but there is a few people are correct, and just a little correction is required. Select star from, okay, from which table? Orders table, right? Orders where location is equal to, till here everyone is correct, is equal to, few people just they mentioned Chennai. As Chennai is a character type of data, what you have to do? Character type of data, how to represent character type of data?
Within single
Okay,
quote.
for example, as for
Single.
you, okay, if I just type like this, some few people just selected query like this, right? If I execute the query, you will get the error. Okay, orders table, right? Let me try the orders table. If you see here, you will get the error where invalid column name Chennai. Okay, guys. So now what you have to do, it is a character type of data, string. String means you have to always keep it in the single quotes. Okay, then it will search for this and then you can get it, guys. We have one query, okay, one order from Chennai, so which is nothing phone and the cost is 14,000. So which is from Chennai location. In the same way, you can give it for Hyderabad location. You can see all the records, orders from the Hyderabad location. Okay, HYDE RA. Okay, there is no such location. So there is a spelling mistake. And all text, you can see all the orders from the Hyderabad location. You can also see Bangalore location. Okay, so like that, whatever location you want. Character type of data, always you have to keep it in single quotes, guys. Is it clear? Those who didn't mention single quotes, is it clear, guys? Now you have to mention single quotes if it is a character type of data. If I am searching nothing phone, I want to see nothing phone. Okay, where product name is equal to nothing. Okay, nothing. If you just mention, I can see all the product names with nothing. So there is a one product called nothing phone and from the Chennai location. So this is how you can apply filters on any column. If you can apply filters on any column, order ID, where order ID is equal to 1. You can see all the order IDs with 1 only. Okay, where order ID is equal to 1. You can see all the records with order ID 1, as I said earlier. Okay, and the second column, where product name, just now we have seen. Where cost, I want to see all the phones. Now type your, I'll give you a little, okay, different question. Okay, now I want to see all the phones. Okay, I want to see all the products. I want to see all the products where the cost is more than 20,000. Type the SQL statement, type the SQL query or statement to see all the products cost more than 20,000, guys. Check it once. Just try it. Just try it. We'll see. Okay, nothing will happen. If it is correct, it will execute. If it is wrong, it will throw the error. Nothing. We are there to practice, right? Let's see the error. If what kind of error will just write the SQL statement to pull all the records. Okay, to pull all the products where the cost is more than 20,000, guys. Try it, guys. Just try it. Nothing will happen. Just try, okay? And send direct message. Don't send group message. Okay, done, guys. Now let's go and check. Okay. So just few people tried. I don't know what about others. You can just try it, guys. Very simple. Like it's normal how we are talking in the same language it will be. Guys, T-SQL. Okay. SQL is a language to talk to the databases. Again, I'm saying SQL is a language to talk to the databases. If you want to, there are like we have many Indian languages, right? We have Telugu, we have Hindi, like we have our own local languages. Kannada, we have Tamil, we have Malayalam, Marathi, like different Indian languages we have. In the same way, to talk to the databases, we have languages, guys. If you want to talk to a Telugu person, you will use Telugu. If you want to talk to a Kannada person, you have to know Kannada. In the same way, Marathi person, you have to know Marathi, Hindi. So if you want to talk to MS SQL server, you should know one language called T-SQL, Transact SQL. If you want to talk to Oracle DB, okay, you should know a language called PLSQL. What is that, guys? PL, PLSQL. Okay, if you want to talk to MySQL databases, MySQL, NoSQL, like that. Okay, JetSQL. So this SQL is the base is like how the multiple languages derived from Sanskrit. So all these languages are derived from SQL only. But if you are using Microsoft SQL Server, the SQL flavor will be T-SQL. If you are using Oracle, the SQL flavor will be PLSQL. Like that, it will be NoSQL, JetSQL. So we have different SQL. Okay, what is that flavors, guys? Clear? So now, as a MS SQL DBA, this is the T-SQL statements. Whatever things that you can see. Okay, it's a T-SQL, transact SQL statements. Clear, guys? Right. So Raidu select star from orders where cost. Okay. Jonas select star from orders where orders dot cost greater than 20,000. Good. Raidu greater than cost is equal to 20,000. Okay. Fine. Good try, Raidu. And then Kishore greater than or equal to 20,000. Good. And Gopi select star from orders where cost greater than 20,000. Good. Ashu greater than 20,000. And Charan greater than 20,000. Cost greater than 20,000. And then select star from Kishore where cost greater than 20,000. Ashwini cost greater than or equal to 20,000, good. And Sneha orders where cost greater than or equal to 20,000. And Vijay greater than 20,000. Vijay, your statement is wrong. So just check it once. And Jonas, where orders dot cost is equal to greater than 20,000. Okay, you corrected, I guess, in the latest okay answer. Anila, cost greater than 20,000, good. Shaheen, select star from orders where cost greater than or equal to 20,000. And Imran, and orders where orders dot cost greater than 20,000. And Hariharan, where cost greater than 20,000, where cost greater than 20,000, Madhu. Very good, guys. Okay, very good. So that is correct. Only two mistakes I can see. One is, okay, someone mentioned, Vijay, I guess, you mentioned, how you mentioned, select star from orders where cost greater than, okay, 20,000. You mentioned like this. So, is it correct, guys? Again, I'm not criticizing anyone. I'm just trying to correct, okay? Don't feel like that. So only for character type of data, you have to mention these single quotes. This is a number data, right? Integer type of data, you don't need single quotes. Only for names, you need single quotes, Vijay. Clear? Is it clear? Now, if you run this statement, let's see what we'll get it. Now also you're getting a good. I thought maybe in the new versions it was changed. Okay. Generally, no need to mention the single quotes, guys. Just mention greater than 20,000 is enough. Now I can see here one phone is missing. I guess nothing is there, which is 14,000. Okay. Good, Vijay. Good. Okay, it was updated. Yeah. Sorry for that. And one more thing I can see that other than this, cost greater than 20,000, select than 20,000 and greater than equal to 20,000. Yeah, some people mention greater than or equal to 20,000. That is also correct. And Vijay, okay. And one more I just noticed, guys. What is that? Orders that cost, cost greater than, okay. Cost greater than 20,000. Okay, someone mentioned like this, right? Let's see whether we are going to get it or not. That also, okay, we are getting. So even though there is no comma in the values, still it is going to take, guys. Okay. Yeah. So that is correct, guys. So in case if you want to pull the data, okay, more than a specific value, you have to use, okay, greater than, or if you want to use including that symbol, I mean to say, for example, if any orders are there with a 20,000 phone, okay, if you don't include greater than or equal to, what will be there, guys? You can see all the, if you see like this, if you just mention like this, you can see all the products with the 20,000 and more, okay. And if you don't mention this equals to, what will happen? You can see only the products greater than 20,000. If it is 20,000 also, it will not show. If it is greater than 20,000, then only it will show. This is how it will work, guys. Good, very good try. I'm happy that most of you people have responded, and that is correct also. Fine. So this is what we will do in the organization. This is what we will use. The where condition we will use. Select with where condition we will use regularly to filter the records in the particular table. Other than that, we don't do anything from T-SQL side. So if anyone is asking, do you know T-SQL? Tell them you can understand the queries and you can edit it as per the requirements. And whenever you are executing some statements, don't blindly execute the statements and scripts that were given by the developers. Just go through the script once. Nothing will happen. You will get to know a lot of things. It is easy. SQL language is easy, just like a normal, how we are talking in the same way. If you want to talk to the database, if you want to create an object, you have to tell like create. If you want to delete an object, you have to tell like delete. If you want to update an object, you have to tell like update. So that is also normal language only. You can understand easily. Don't worry, as it is script, I can see 100 lines, 1,000 lines, 10,000 lines and all. Every line, if you just observe keenly, if you know very basic things and all, it is very easy to understand T-SQL. And for DBS, it's not mandatory to know the T-SQL, guys. Just basic T-SQL, like pulling the records from the tables, and just to see the data inside the table, just to filter the columns, just to filter the records. This is enough, guys, as a DBA. If you are really interested on T-SQL, you have to again learn T-SQL. That is a separate, but T-SQL is not mandatory for DBS. Okay, so this is how we can create. And let me quickly show you how to create the objects using GUI. Till now we just created the objects using query, right? How to create the objects using GUI. So if I want to create any object inside this Amazon database, expand this Amazon, and you can see tables, right click, new table you can choose, and it will ask you the columns first. So now I want to create Amazon, right? Amazon, what we can do, the column name is something like this, okay? Again, orders is not good. Maybe customers, okay? Customer ID. Yes, yes, please. Yes, please, Sharon. Sharon, someone is saying some.
I
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your voice
Charan,
is
sir.
breaking. Sharon, yeah, your voice is breaking completely. Tell me.
Sir, I mean, in the organization, every day they will insert data, right? Hello.
Yes, yes, Sharon. Okay. Every day they will insert
Sometimes,
the data.
sir, randomly, they will ask, I want the data from last 2 months or last 1 week date. At that time, how can we get the data?
Same, see, same,
What
that also
is the
same,
way to?
based on the same condition. See, you cannot, if you know the basics A to Z, you can frame the sentences and all in the same way. If if their requirement is I want to get the last 1 month data, so yeah, you have to mention the time period. You will have lot of scripts in the Google. There is no direct way and no need to remember also. Simply go to ChatGPT or just go to Google, and whatever is your requirement, you just type it. Okay, based on the time frame, you will get the query results, and don't blindly execute that query. You can simply modify it as per your table name and all. You have to simply, in the Google it will show you some different table name, or it will mention just table name. You have to replace with your live table names or whatever it is. So there is no specific standard query like this. We can get the data from this period to this period. We can give it, but better. Okay, you can, if you go and Google it, you will get a lot of query results and all. You can see a lot of T-SQL statements to see a specific data from a particular time period, from January to February 25th, something like that. You can give a time range, between range you can give, and you will get the data, using that statements.
Actually, one interviewer asked me this question, sir. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, got you. Okay, so that is like between range you have to give, between range, using the between range you will get the output. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm creating table quickly. I'm creating the table using GUI, guys. Right click, go to in which database you want to create the table, go to that particular database, go to the tables, right click, new table. Now I'm creating table, customer table, I'm creating customer ID. So IDs generally will be, see here how many data types are there. See, begin, binary, bit, char, date time offset. Okay, and you can see date time offset, decimal, float, geography, geometry, hierarchy, ID, image, int, money, nchar, ntext, numerical, nvarchar max, real, small date time, small int, small money. So like lot of data types are there. Shanmukh, do we need to remember? No, no, not at all. Just basic data type, that too will never get a chance to create the tables and all. Still, if they are asking you to create the table, you can request the script. Please provide the script, we'll execute. You can simply tell them. Okay, it's not mandatory to learn all these things and all, data types and all, what data type, when we will use it, not required. Okay, this and all comes under T-SQL development. Developers has to learn all these things, but as a DBA, just basic data types, regular data types, okay, is enough, guys, for us. So now integer numbering type of column, right? So I'll mention it as a integer. Next, customer name, cust name. Cust name is varchar, right? Varchar of something 50. Next, like what we can do after this customer ID, customer name, something like location we can track. Location also you can just mention varchar. And then what else we can track, guys? What else we can track? Customer ID, customer name, location, number of orders, number of orders. Okay, something like this. Just casually, I'm just integer. So in this way, you can just, now you can just click on this save button. Okay, how to save the table? Click on the save button. It will ask you the table name. Okay, you can just simply mention customer table. Okay, customer table. You can click OK. Now table is created, guys. Where I can see the table, guys, in the GUI. If you expand the tables, you can see the tables, guys. See, this is how you can see the table using GUI way. This is the table name, but in front of the table there is one more object. What is that, guys, called? What is that called? Can you guess it? What is this DBO called?
Schema.
The database
Schema. Okay, this is the default schema. If you don't provide any schema, SQL Server by default it will create all the tables in the DBO schema. Database object only. DBO means database object only. But this is the first part is schema name, guys, and the second part is your table name. Okay, right? This is how you can create the table. If you want to insert the records using GUI, right click, you can edit it. Edit top 200 rows. Now you can give the values. Okay, you can give customer ID 1 and customer name something Suresh and location from Hyderabad and the number of orders something like 5. Next, okay, second order Ramesh and from Bangalore and something like 4 orders. And third record, okay, Suresh, Ramesh, Rajesh and from Chennai, okay, Chennai, and then 6 orders. And then fourth record, Mahesh, okay, from Mumbai and something like 2 orders. And fifth record, okay, Ritesh, and then you can go for right from Noida and then something like 8 orders. So you can just simply close it, guys. That's it. Done. No need to save nothing. Okay. So now when you're trying to read the table using GUI, you can use select top 1000 rows. Okay. You can use select top 1000 rows. You can see all the data, guys. Okay. Whatever statements earlier we used, the same thing you can achieve using GUI also. So right click new table and right click edit top 200 rows and right click. Okay. Select top 1000 rows. So in this way you can see if you use this select top 1000 rows, you can see 1000 rows only, top 1000 only you can see. If you have 10,000 rows also in the table, you can see top 1000 rows only. And this, in that way you can mention. If you don't want to see top 1000 rows, you want to see all the rows, then simply you will replace this with star. That's it. Okay. So that is how GUI way of. You see here, guys. Anyone observed this? Anyone observed this? For example, now my database name is Azio. So my table is created in the customer. Can I get the output, guys? If I execute this query, can I get the output? Is it possible? Guess it.
Yes,
How given
yes,
Yeah.
possible.
custom, so it is possible. Yes, the query will run.
Yes. Okay. So the answer is it is possible. So Shanmukh, you created that table in the Amazon database, right? And now you selected Azure database. As you said, you have to always first select the database and then only you have to execute. But here you are saying you will get the data. How it is possible? You will get the data. See, even though without changing the context of this database, you can still get the data. How? Because, for example, if you want to get any letters to your house, generally what you will do, guys? You will mention your name, father's name, street number, road number, town, city, district, state, country. Correct? Then you will get that particular letter or whatever it is, parcel or particular product. So in the same way, without changing the database context here, you can still pull the data using this format. First part database name, second part schema name, third part table name. So sometimes users, developers will write the queries like this. Okay, so nothing to worry. Simply instead of use Amazon, you will directly mention, okay, database name, schema name, table name, guys. If they clearly mentioned the database name, schema name and table name, no need to change the context here. See, you can see now it is actually the Azure database. But I am running this query, but my table is created in the Amazon database. You can see here under Amazon, you can see customers table. Okay, under ID we can see, under Azure we can see orders table, I guess. Correct? Orders table, correct. This is orders table. inside the Azure, inside the Amazon, we have customer table. So without changing the database context here, you can still pull the records using this database name dot schema name dot table name. There is another way also. Sometimes developers will write like this also. They will simply remove this default schema. They will simply remove this default schema. Then if you execute, then also you'll get the data. Because if you give database name dot dot table name, if you don't give schema name here, if it belongs to default schema, which is DBO, no need to mention the schema name also. If it is a specific schema name, you have to mention. If it is a default schema name, no need to mention. You can simply mention database name dot dot, because different developers in different styles, they are going to, each developer, they will have their own style in writing the queries. Some developers, they will start the query with a use database name. Some developers, okay, some developers, what they will do, they will not start with this statement. They will simply add database name dot schema name dot table name. Some developers, if it is a default schema, they don't even include DB also. They will simply, okay, mention like this. So if you see dot dot database name dot dot table name, means it is stored inside a default schema, which is DBO schema. If the table stored inside a specific schema, like HR tables are stored under HR schema, imagine if customer table is created under maybe some order schema, so again you have to mention the schema name here. But if it is created in the default schema, which is DBO, no need to mention DBO also. Directly you can give database name dot dot table name, then automatically you will get the output, guys. These are all different ways that developers will write their logic and all, guys. Clear? Are we good, guys? Questions?
Shamuk, so one of the person I know has encountered an issue like the developer's team, or they send him like a different, not even SQL, but the C# script. So
Okay.
how can like we handle like a situation like this?
You want to, I'm not getting your question, Jonas. It's a C# script. You want to execute C# script in the T-SQL?
Yeah, I think so. He
No,
told
no,
me
no.
like general, yeah, they send him a different language like C# script.
No. C# scripts you cannot execute in the Management Studio. Maybe you can use Visual Studio. Visual Studio will
Yeah.
accept. Okay, not Management
Mhm.
Studio. Management Studio will accept only T-SQL statements, Jonas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So generally, how could we handle like if they send us a different
See, whenever,
language?
see, if it is a different language and all, you can tell them. In case if you have a tool, if you have permissions to execute, you can execute it. If you don't have permissions, for example, sometimes they'll directly come and they will ask you to execute an insert statement. You cannot blindly execute insert or update statement. As you are changing some real-time data, you should have proper approvals from the higher level. If the higher level is approved, then only you are good to execute those statements. Otherwise, if you know that is your friend or whoever it is, anyone if directly coming to you other than manager, means higher level, if they are from higher level, if they are asking, you can simply ask a ticket and you can execute. But any executive level or junior level people are asking you to execute any statements, don't go and blindly execute the statements. Ask them, I need approvals for this is a production server, don't know what will happen if I execute this statement on the production. So to run this statement, I need an approval from your higher authority. If they approved, then send me an email. So once I receive the approval email, then only I'll proceed to change the things in the production server, or then only I'll proceed to execute the script on the production server. You have to tell them, then only you will be safe. Otherwise, someone will directly ping you in the Teams and, hey, Jonas, please execute this script. You don't know what the script will do. You don't know who is that guy. You don't know whether you can execute, you are good to execute that statement or not. Very careful, guys. Don't execute anything blindly on the production servers. Okay? Take the just if in case if anyone is sending an email or if anyone directly pinged you in the Teams, check his designation. Check under which team he is part of it. Then boss, I need an approval for this for the auditing purpose. I cannot directly go and execute. Please provide me the approval so that I can go ahead and I can execute it. Always you have to play a safe game, guys. You cannot play a blame game. Always you have to play a safe game, then only you will be safe. A small mistake is enough, as I said. Very simple things, okay? Very small things and all. Just 1 minute is enough to terminate. Nothing in the next minute, guys. There is no guarantee in the IT. Seriously, I'm saying if you do one mistake, if you are very perfect, very senior, and still if you do a small mistake, accidentally also they will not tolerate. They will change the company. They will change the project and all sometimes. So a lot of things will be there. So be very careful. If anyone comes to you and if they are asking you to execute something, don't execute it blindly. Don't know it can delete some objects. That guy, he's simply asking you to execute. He also don't know what is the impact. He might be a junior developer. He simply asks you to execute, you blindly executed. You are the answerable one. They will not take action on that the junior developer. What you are doing as a DBA, why you didn't validate it before executing? Okay, so all these things you have to keep in mind, guys. Okay. Clear, guys? Any questions, doubts? Okay, so if it is clear, that's it for now. I don't want to start a new topic. It's almost 9 o'clock again. If you give break 10-15 minutes, it will be gone. So 15 minutes, we cannot cover anything. So in the next class, we'll start the patching, guys. Okay, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. IST, and for US people tonight 9:30 EST. Okay, we'll discuss the patching class. We'll start a fresh topic tomorrow onwards. Okay, so it will be a patching. Don't miss it. Very important class, guys. Patching is very important. Daily we'll do the patchings. Regularly we'll do the patchings in the organization. So we'll start with the process first. What is the process of patching? Okay, what is the approval? What is meant by change request? How the process will start? Who will initiate the patching process? How many types of updates are there? What is service pack? What is cumulative update? What is major update? What is minor update? Okay, so all these things will be discussed. Okay, and the precautions before patching, after patching, what kind of things you have to look into it. So real-time patching tomorrow I'll show you with the mail system and all. Okay, thank you guys. That's it for now. Take rest
Hey,
and
Sarmuk,
yes, please.
I have a
I'll
question.
address your question later. I'll address your question later, sir. Okay.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Shanmugh, there is only one thing that I think your voice was breaking in this session. So just please, if possible, please check the internet in before that. Yeah,
No.
please.
Just a minute, Imran. Maybe see others are good. Maybe you are facing this issue. Guys, is my audio clear?
My
Yes.
side is clear only.
Yes,
Clear
clear,
only.
sir.
Yeah, it's clear, Shanmugh. Yes.
Okay. So just check your internet connection, Imran, once. Okay.
Okay, I'll restart my router. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Good night. Good day. Bye.
But
Thanks, Shanmugh. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Shanmugh. Thank you.